Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Wizards Windup, brought to you by Fox Sports 1340 AM. I am Colby Jacobino, and I'm coming back at you. We have been off the air for way too long now. I've just been really busy this past month, 2 months, and now just getting back into the swing of things. But of course, that is not important. What is important is this turnaround that the Washington Wizards have had, especially this past 11 games, going 8-3. Most recently with a win last night over the Indiana Pacers, a big win coming at the Verizon Center. Just to recap the game a little bit. I mean, they had a commanding lead. They had a 13-point lead, kind of throughout, and then storming back and pulling within 71-68, and pull away. And that was something that we haven't really seen this team do so far this season too much. And it's a really good sign. Them playing at home, they're 12-6 at home 1 year, which is also very good. Now their away record 3-10 is not impressive, but this team just looks completely different, and it's more of just the fact that the bench is playing at an average level. I'm really hesitant to even say it's an average level. When you look at the numbers, they're really not impressive at all. They're still in scoring. They're second to last, only ahead of the Minnesota Timberwolves. And but they're doing a lot better. At least they have a couple guys, whether it's Jason Smith, Kelly Oubre one night, or it's Trey Burke and Marcus Thornton another night. We have at least two guys who are playing consistently coming off the bench. And, surprisingly, Jason Smith has been on a roll. He continued that last night against the Pacers in 18 minutes, 7 points, 7 rebounds, plus minus 15, which I'm very confident saying that's his season high, because he's just been dreadful for most of the year. But, these are the type of games that the Wizards need, not anything that's going to blow you off the box score, because with their starting five, which is one of the, top five, maybe even top three in scoring amongst NBA starting fives, a little bit of consistency from the bench. That has been the headline surrounding this team all season. And, they've been doing that as of recent. And as a result, like I said, they are 8-3 in their last 11 games. Back in the playoff hunt. They're currently 9th, but just let me see here. Just one game behind the 5th seeded New York Knicks. So, the East from 3 to about, I would say 9th, 3 to 10th is just a mess. And you could even extend it into 12th, because that's only one more game when you look at the Orlando Magic. And when you really think about how bad they've been this year, and they're still somewhat, in the picture, that really says something. But, we take from where we were a month and a half ago with this Wizards team. There was people calling for John Wall to be traded, just blow it up. Are we tanking? Kind of just throw in the towel, and now they've just completely turned it around. More notes from last night's game. John Wall just did John Wall things, and really carried this team on his back. Finished with 36 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Otto Porter, another great game, 22 points, 3 for 6 shooting behind the arc, hit all 7 of his free throws. Gortat with a solid game, 13 points, 16 rebounds. Like I said, Jason Smith was, pitching 7 points. Thornton pitching 7 points off the bench. But another headline was Bradley Beal rolls his ankle. Coming down on a fast break, tries to, Euro step past the defender. And, you just see his right ankle kind of give out on him, and it looked like he rolled it pretty badly. Of course, that brings up bad memories just of injuries in the past for Beal. But yeah, after the game, he was insisting that, nothing is serious. He's day to day, it's just a bad, rolled ankle. Looking at their schedule the way it is right now, Brooklyn, let me check here. Brooklyn tomorrow night, and then they don't play again until Monday at Houston. So, what I'm thinking is they rest Beal no matter what against the Nets tomorrow night. And they maybe, reevaluate, see if he can go against Houston next Monday. And, that's a good 3-4 day rest for him to kind of get his health back in check and not to make sure, to make sure this isn't a lingering thing, because, Wizards fans have been all too used to that. But then, they go on a road trip. Like I said, they play the Rockets on Monday, and then they will travel to Dallas to take on the Mavericks, then back home against the Timberwolves, and then at Milwaukee for another game. It seems like they played each other, 3 times in about, it'll probably be like 2 weeks, 3-week span. But, you look, the Rockets are going to be a tough game. But, you look at the Nets, Mavericks, Timberwolves, and even the Bucks. We've seen them, do well through that. That's you should be able to win at least 3 of those 5 games. If you can come away, 4-1 with that, because I'm going to chalk up the Rockets game as a loss. They're just too explosive offensively. But if you can come away with 4, that puts you in great position. Most likely they'll be at least 7th in the East at that point. But it's just remarkable how this team has really turned it around. And I think all the credit does go to the starters. They've been so consistent with their efforts. And, it's good to see this team, like I said, as last night, they were up by a lot. Pacers come storming back. Usually you see a Wizards team let go of this lead and end up, losing the game ultimately. But, even with Brad Beal getting hurt, Pacers storming back, the Wizards weathered the storm, rode the cape of John Wall, and were able to close it out. And I think that was big just going forward. And, and also they all, Paul George finished with 34 points. And that's, so that's impressive considering that he had a big night and they were still able to hold him off. But, they're on the right track now. And I think it's something to definitely watch. I think they're starting to garner a little bit more respect. Of course, from earlier when they were just, one of the laughing stocks of the league. But now if this bench can keep up, like I said before, just an average production, they don't need to be superstars. They don't need to be, even a top half bench in the league. They just need to be respectable at some point, or just, be able to stop the bleeding, when they come into the game. And early on, we didn't see that. I think head coach Scott Brooks is starting to get a little bit better of a feel for his rotation and how he's going to kind of work in guys to the lineup. But, as long as Jason Smith continues his own version of a hot streak, I think, it'll be nothing but good for the Wizards as long as they can hold off until Jan Mahinmi returns, and that still will be another, maybe even a month after he went through some procedures for his knees once again. But I mean, can't really say much more about it. The Wizards are on a good path, and as I said, they take on the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow. I will come at you guys with another short video. This is just going to be, these type of things. I'll go into a little bit more depth. I just wanted to kind of get this short podcast back up and running, if you will. I'll come at you with more stats and notes on Saturday. Hopefully we're talking about another Wizards win, putting them at 9-3 for the 12 games. Very winnable game. With Beal or without Beal, they need to put this one away. So Guys, thank you so much for taking the time out to listen. Be sure to follow the show's Twitter account at Fox Sports 1340 AM. You can follow me at Colby G Hoops. Be sure to give the station's Facebook page a like, subscribe on YouTube. And until then, I will talk to you guys later.